An MJF Mick Foley retirement match idea was scrapped. An ex-WWE champion is open to joining AEW, and a Wyatt Sicks member has signed a new WWE deal. It's all in the news right now. My favourite wrestler ever that isn't named Mojo Rawley has been chatting away at the Nickel City Comic-Con. The hardcore legend Mick Foley revealing that there was a plan in place for him to have a retirement match and a big old feud leading up to that against AEW's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. He said,
man, when I was thinking of having that last match, I'll tell you what, when he announced that intention, there were no shortage of people from every promotion reaching out for me. And one guy I probably would have gone with, because he'd clearly done some thinking about it and lined out 6 great weeks of TV, was MJF. We didn't take a photo together because we didn't want to ruin the secret meeting, but I heard what he had to say. I really liked it. I had no doubt that he would have pulled it off perfectly, and he's so good and in his prime that he could have worked around my weaknesses and played to my strengths, and I think we could have done something pretty cool. MJF, final answer, take that, Matt Cardona.
Right, it's really good that you said no to Matt Cardona. The MJF thing would have been incredible. Foley, yes. One of the greatest promos of all time. MJF, one of the greatest promos of all time. Yeah. Certainly current. Anyway, he's incredible at what he does. And as Foley himself pointed out there, they could have made magic, and MJF is smart enough to hide Foley's weaknesses, which his weaknesses now are walking or moving. Well, he's knackered, isn't he? He's
very much
so
is.
gone. He's spoken in the past about how he struggles to put his socks and shoes on in the morning. I would have loved to have seen this. I think it would have been an amazing retirement for Foley, leading up to a brutal bells and whistles style match, right? It would have been big moments. MJF would have bumped like a madman for him. Foley would have probably taken 1 or 2 last big bumps, not to the level that he's taken before, but something certainly memorable. And just 2 incredible characters. Mick Foley, the ultimate underdog babyface with this huge legacy behind him, the ultimate Mr. Nice Guy versus the despicable, horrible scumbag MJF. It would have been amazing. It would have been so good. It's probably for the best because Foley's so beat up. I know, but it would have been so good.
You're right. I think, from what Foley says there, it sounds like MJF would have been the perfect person to be in there with, especially like you said, imagine like you get the culmination of that whole build-up being some sort of like death match where MJF might be out of his depth and we see him in that scenario. And I think that would have been really cool if we did get something like that. It's just so cool as well to see legends like Mick Foley having so much faith in someone like MJF, who's so young but has done so much at the moment and just clearly has like an incredible mind for the business and how to, like, for Mick to go, my God, out of everybody that reached out to me, MJF had this whole thing planned out and I had so much faith in it and I would have loved to have seen it played out. And that's so cool. That must feel amazing for MJF as well, to be this guy.
What a compliment. He's laid out the creative. Yeah. He's thought of 6 weeks of creative, and Mick Foley was into it. And you got to believe the fact that they didn't take a photo or anything like that when they had this secret meeting, they were taking this pretty seriously.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like, this could have been a thing, and maybe it still will. Please. Speaking of MJF, his Dynamite Diamond ring is legitimately missing. You may have seen that MJF's ring was stolen in London, or has gone missing in London. He can't find it. In kayfabe, it was revealed by Daniel Garcia on Dynamite this week that he was the one who stole it and he's pawned it. It's gone. But according to Brian Alvarez, this is seemingly a cover for the fact that the ring is actually gone. They don't know where it is. I mean, it is London. It's a dangerous place. That's where he lost it. AEW stars don't have much luck with their personal possessions, do they? No. Jericho lost the belt.
I was going to say, did MJF go to some sort of steakhouse in London and accidentally leave it on top of an Uber and then off he goes? It's gone.
Whoever found that, right? I don't know if the materials are worth a lot, but you chuck that on eBay, that's going for 5, maybe 6 figures. That's an iconic prop.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
I would love to own that. Unfortunately, it wasn't me who stole it. But yeah, apparently the ring is legit gone. It's noted that they don't know if there's going to be like a replica prop, a replica ring made up for it, and he's bought it back from the pawn shop. Yeah. I'm loving the Garcia stuff right now. He was on fire on Dynamite this week. It's the hottest that he's been since joining the company. And MJF, I think this feud is really going to elevate him. Yep. I really want Garcia to go over. I think he should do. I think he should do
with everything that MJF has done to him to that point as well. I think it makes sense, and I would just love to see Garcia's rise continue on and just really take off for him, because there's been so many like moments within his career within AEW where we feel like, oh, it's really about to take off, and now more than ever, it feels like this should be that catalyst moment to finally do it.
Crossing my fingers a lot here. The other thing that I'm crossing my fingers for is Jinder Mahal in AEW, because he has been speaking to the another living legend as far as I'm concerned, Bill Apter, the Sportskeeda, and he said,
I haven't talked to any major company yet. I'm on the independents and working GCW. I have a bunch of other independent dates lined up. In the past 2 years, I haven't wrestled that much, maybe 10 matches, which is not what I'm used to. I want to get back into the mix, get my legs back, get used to bumping again, get acclaimed and get in ring shape once again. Then we'll go from there. Anything is possible. I would love to go to AEW, TNA, New Japan, anywhere. Even just the independents. I'm having a great time picking my own schedule, spending time with family.
So obviously there is a ready-made match for Raj Desi, as he's now billed in AEW. They've teased the Hook stuff, even teased the Hook stuff on social media this week. He wants the Hook match. I think he probably, just based on what he's saying there, he's happy talking to TNA, New Japan, even just the independents. He wants the payday, understandably. Good for him. Do you want to see that match?
Yes. I think I do. Do you know what? I think with just like the little jabs and the build-ups here and there on social media, it would be cool to see, and it would also just be nice for Hook to go away from the Jericho stuff.
That's it. What's Jinder come in and do more for Hook than Jericho ever has?
Exactly.
I'd be up for it. I think it's a laugh. I don't really know where you go from there with Jinder, and we've already got a massive roster in AEW, so I don't actually expect him to get signed. But if Hook comes out and does open challenge with the FTW title, and then Jinder's music hits,
that'd be quite fun.
I think that'd be decent.
For sure.
Or maybe this is too much. He does one Sing Brother one week, the other Sing Brother the next week, or he does a tour, I don't know, and then the third week anyway,
I like that.
Jinder comes out.
That's a good
idea. Quick update on one member of the Wyatt Sicks, Sean Ross Sapp, reporting on Twitter. Nikki Cross recently re-signed with WWE. Fightful Select has learned. She's, of course, been playing the Sister Abigail character as part of the Wyatt Sicks for the past few months. So it's great to see. Obviously, nobody was expecting her to go anywhere anytime soon. She's just starting in this very hot new faction. She's doing great work. I know that sounds daft, right? She's there with a mask. She's not really doing much at all. But the mannerisms, the movement, I think everything that she's doing is legitimately creepy, and the character really works for me. And I'm excited. I'm excited about the future of the Wyatt Sicks. We've talked about this, but then toning down the supernatural elements, and it looks like they are just going to be a bunch of wrestlers who are creepy, sure, but maybe they're not going to go like that, and you're going to get zapped by lightning or something like that. And I think that's the way to go with it. I thought it was a really beautiful tribute. Bo's first match back on Raw. Loved the match. Really enjoyed the match. Go on.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, just a brilliant match. And I'm looking forward to seeing Nikki Cross within an in-ring capacity in this as well. Because she's brilliant when she's just unhinged, isn't she, as well? So with like the sanity stuff and everything like that, like I would like to see more of that. And I'm sure we will as well.
Yeah. From one monster, in the nicest possible way, Nikki, to another monster who is scheduled to appear at TNA Emergence. That's taking place live tonight on TNA Plus, with the plan being Matt Cardona facing PCO, a match stemming from Cardona crashing the wedding between PCO and Steph DeLander, obviously. However, Cardona's announced in a promo yesterday that he's not actually medically cleared to do the match. However, he's enlisted a mystery monster to replace him and challenge for PCO's TNA Digital Media and International Heavyweight Championships. I was thinking, we talked about him in the last video.
We did.
Dijak.
And then I did some digging, and we were talking about the stable and the faction and everything that he emerged a part of within the stuff that happened in LLW, the World Titan Federation, and Matt Cardona and Steph Delander are part of that faction.
Yeah, they are.
So
that makes sense, doesn't it?
It makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that could be tonight. If not, the Yeti. We've not seen him in bloody ages.
Absolutely.
As I say, you can watch that on TNA Plus. Also on the card, we'll quickly go through a few of these. X Division title match, Ultimate X match, in fact. Mike Bailey, Zachary Wentz, Hammerstone, Jason Hotch, and Chase Hughes, Riley Osborne, and Laredo Kid as well. Steve Macklin versus Eric Young, Kushida versus Frankie Kazarian. You got Jordan Grace, Jody Threat, and Danny Luna versus Ash by Elegance, Alicia Edwards, and Masha Slamovic, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Joe Hendry. Goodness me, this is stacked actually, isn't it? And Mike Santana versus The System. And you've got a bloody Iron Man match, a 1 hour Iron Man match between Nick Nemeth, who is, of course, no stranger to super long matches. Some of his Rumble performances. Yep. He is an Iron Man of the Rumbles, taking on a guy who I still think somehow is underrated, Josh Alexander, who's incredible, so good. So you can check that out on TNA Plus. That's it from us. You can tune in tomorrow. It's myself and Fraser on the news, and then a little bit later in the day, I'm being joined by this handsome fella, your current but not for long Cultaholic WWE Predictions champion. Pitches predictions on the channel right now, and then soon after, what happened at, and then WTF coming out on Monday. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in a bit.